A dog's habit of eating poop can mean a lot of things. It could be behavioral, so do not jump into rash conclusions. You need to understand why your dog indulges in such an awful habit as that will help you resolve the issue. Let's discuss a little about dogs. Our canine companions communicate with us non-verbally. This means that a high level of attentiveness and sensitivity is required while dealing with them. You should keep tabs with the dog to know why it acts the way it does. As canine parents, we experience lots of things raising our furry companions. Some of these situations are understandable. On the other hand, some behaviors are not what we bargained for. High up on that list is poop eating. This is a major concern for lots of pet parents. For some, it is worse than eating cat food or toxic human meals such as chocolate. What exactly does poop eating mean for your dog? How can you stop the habit? More often than not, it takes strategic nutrition to keep your dogs off poop. Considering this, let us examine what to put in dog food to stop eating poop. Addressing your dog's nutrition should be the next point of call after contacting your vet. You should feed such dogs with pet food products rich in the essential diet. This should include the appropriate proportion of protein, fiber, carbohydrate, among others. These meals are very likely to switch your dog's interest from the irritating poop. Furthermore, you can make it a habit to make homemade meals for your dog. This will enable the dog to have contact with organic meals as against synthetically produced pet food. The use of preservatives and other commercial substance is lacking in homemade meals. These meals are the closest to getting the ideal balanced diet for your dog. Also, by using substances that your dog does not like, you can correct the habit. Such items include bitter apple, cayenne pepper, pineapple juice, among others. Naturally, these products are not appealing to your dog. When your dog encounters it around the poop, he is discouraged from feasting on the waste. Also, there are some ready-made commercial products for this purpose. An example is with the product forbid. Is there a medical term for the poop eating habit? The habit of poop eating is medically termed coprophagia. It is a habit that can be caused by several factors. These include behavioral, nutritional, to health-related complications. Regardless of the motive behind this appalling act, coprophagia is a general term used to refer to the habit. What are the side effects of coprophagia? Ironic as it seems, there is no harm caused by this habit. However, it is a disgusting habit. When dogs indulge in poop eating, it can mean that there's a bigger reason for concern. It could be a pointer to terrible days ahead. This is because eating their stool might be due to nutritional deficiencies, health complications, or lack of appropriate training at the very least. So, while the habit is harmless, the root cause is something you should be worried about. First things first, why do dogs find pleasure feasting on their excretion? 1. Medical reasons. Of all solutions, visiting the vet is important if your dog indulges in eating poop. On medical grounds, eating poop can be caused by disorders such as overfeeding. Other reasons include infections in the intestine, pancreatitis, malabsorptive syndrome, among others. It is very possible, especially meals that have excessive fat are very likely to cause this habit. You should understand that your dog does not view the act as you do. While you see the act as disgusting, he sees it as a means to get the right nutrients. Appropriate nutrition is a viable way to help your dog stay away from this habit. Therefore, pet owners should realize that appropriate canine parenting is not just about feeding your dog. You should be cautious about the quantity and quality of your dog's food intake. 2. Behavioral issues. With training, you can instill desired characters into your dog. However, you should understand that your dog is not human. As a result, he does not think like one. If your dog must act appropriately according to human standards, you are to teach him to do so. Let's move a step further in itemizing behavioral reasons for coprophagia. 1. He needs that attention. Some dogs truly understand that poop consumption is not ideal. However, Haven tried various means to gain the attention of people around. They resort to this habit. They believe that this will grant them the needed attention. Even when you show vivid displeasure in the various ways you can, they prefer that negative attention rather than getting no attention. The solution is spending quality time with your furry buddy. You can take him out for a walk, visit that nice spot together, go swimming if he is not opposed to such, among other things. While some people simply ignore dogs with this tendency, this is a very terrible option. Such dogs can end up with separation anxiety. This can make them very aggressive and destructive. Considering this, you should not give in to ignoring such dogs. Instead, you should address the issue by firmly frowning at the attitude but giving the required attention. Furthermore, you can make appropriate use of toys, conveniences, treats, among others. You can also hire a pet sitter or a specialized trainer. Exercising and generally burning off pent-up energy is crucial in helping such dogs stop this habit. 2. Accustomed habit. Ever heard that bad company corrupts good manners? The saying is also true about dogs. Some dogs simply develop this awkward habit by observing other dogs do the same. This is very possible when you have many dogs in a given environment. For instance, many dogs in open shelters are likely to indulge in this habit. All it takes is one dog prone to acting in this manner. In a short while, other dogs will pick up the habit. To deal with this tendency, be cautious about the canine buddies your dog has around him. When you take him to the park or for walks, be observant of such tendencies. Showing prompt disapproval of this behavior is important in such cases. 3. Innocent hygienic intent. Dogs are very intelligent creatures. This is validated by their use in security setups, Red Cross, among others. Unfortunately, that brilliance can become their unbecoming. Some dogs observe how their pet parents frequently and promptly clean up their poop. They get accustomed to the fact that the floor should always be clean. In their bid to reiterate the habit of their human companions, they do the deed with their mouths. As far as they are concerned, they are only acting in the manner of the pet parents. In this case, they should be constantly stopped from doing this. Over time, they will get the idea. However, they should not be reproved physically. Rather, it should be done with a firm, cool voice. 4. Maternal responsibilities. Canine mothers are mostly given to taking care of their young ones. Sometimes they can be aggressive while doing this. Aside from some dogs eating poop, canine mothers use their tongue to clean their puppy's butt. This is usually done after the puppy poops. This action is not nutritionally inspired. Rather, it is an instinctive behavior aimed at keeping the puppy's breeding area hygienic. This is majorly about adequate care for the dog. In resolving this, a great deal of trust between the dog and human is required. This is because dogs are very protective of their children, especially after birth. Considering this, the dog needs to feel protected and able to trust the dog parent with the puppy. Human involvement is essential in helping the dog overcome this instinctive urge. 5. Lord of the pack. One habit that cuts across animals is the desire to be dominant. In a dog's bid to take charge as the alpha dog, he might eat his poop, as well as that of others. This is the canine's way of staking his claim to the position. His position is more pronounced if he can eat the other dog's poop. This way he can intimidate them into foregoing their intent to be the alpha dog. Considering this, you should understand that for your dog, this is a canine behavior against an appalling one. This is a non-verbal way of intimidating other canine pals, declaring his position as the leader of the pack. This is a very common act in shelters and among dogs of a different family line. This is unlikely to occur among dogs who are raised as the only pet in a home. Such dogs feel secure and esteemed. They do not need to become the leader of any pack. This is the benefit of raising one dog. How do you deal with this? If your dog exhibits this tendency, you should frown at it. You should firmly show that you are not in support of such behavior. On the sidelines, you should use treats to reward your dog for staying away from poop. 6. Does not taste so bad. When your dog gets used to eating poop, he begins to enjoy it better with time. When he indulges more in the act, it becomes more difficult to correct the habit. This stresses why pet parents should be proactive about resolving this issue. Do not leave such dogs all be themselves. If you abandon such dogs thinking nature will take its course, they will eventually develop a craving for this habit. 7. Nutritional deficiencies. Lack of adequate nutrition is a major reason dogs feast on poop. This habit might be triggered by a shortage or lack of the appropriate nutrients required for your canine's growth. In his bid to find suitable alternatives, he may resort to eating poop. Furthermore, one of the viable ways to address this problem is by strategic nutrition. This means that you should deliberately feed your dog with the right meal. The food must be composed of all the nutrients he has been lacking and needing. Also, you should be willing to give treats when he stays away from poop. By this act, he comes to terms with the fact that poop eating is not ideal. Pet parents of such dogs should stay away from low-quality dog meals. Preferably, they should opt for raw meals low in fat but rich in protein and other essential nutrients. On the sidelines, we have addressed some of the ways to correct this problem. However, let's reel out the solutions now. 1. Be prompt about cleaning up. If your dog will eat poop, there has to be one to feast on. By deliberately cleaning his area, you would be eliminating any chance of eating poop. Over time, your dog will understand that it is a no-go area for him. This will also get him accustomed to a clean and hygienic environment. 2. The anti-poop ingredients. Some items are capable of keeping your dog away from poop. For instance, you could make use of pineapple fruit or juice. For some, it can be hot sauce sprinkled on the poop. These items make the poop unpalatable for the dog to consume. 3. Appropriate training. This is the most effective way to deal with the situation. However, it is easier said than done. It takes a high level of persistence and effort on the pet parent's part. For pet parents with a busy schedule, we recommend the services of a specialized pet trainer. Such personnel should be able to carry out the constant training, helping your dog stay away from poop. Whenever you are chanced, it will be great that you are a part of the training process. This sends a message to the dog, validating that you are in full support of the procedure. 4. Reward system. You should make rewards a vital part of the training process. The reward can be affirmative words of appraisal. Also, treats are a great aid. For diabetic dogs, you should cut down or stay away from unhealthy treats. These rewards should be engaged anytime the dog successfully stays off the waste. If this issue is not addressed, the possibility of your dog coming in contact with parasites is likely. The chances are increased when the poop belongs to another dog or animal. Also, because of the proximity we have with our dog, we can come in contact with such parasites as well. If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you'll know once we post a new video. Also, drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details and visit our site www.zimdogfood.com for more dog food content like this.